In terms of our recruiting and hiring process, we have a pretty, standard process that we follow when we are circulating the position. So how it works is that we have university partners where we circulate the job description, we put it out on the social media and websites, and also one of the things that we do is we ask team members to recommend people that they think would be a good fit for the role and for the position. And once we have the CVs received from the candidates, the process how it works is that we send a very preliminary online form to the candidates, and then based on that we have an phone interview and then an in-person interview. So just to give you an example, for our program manager position, the people who will be facilitating the fellowships, the process that we follow is that once they have completed the online form and they've gone through a phone interview and we feel like that they might be a good fit for the role, we invite them for an in-person demo session and an in-person interview. And the in-person demo really is where they are facilitating in for 10 to 15 minutes, and then they go through an in-person interview. So what we really try to basically see or look for is that one is the skill set that they are bringing in, the education, that they have an experience in education sector, they are motivated by the impact, they have they are willing and passionate to contribute to the education sector, and they have the skills to do that. And the other thing that's really important as well is the culture fit or the values that we talked about earlier, that this person who is interested in the role also shares the values that we want to we have as an organization.
Just to tack on to that, a couple of other things that we do, because values are, of course, are particularly important, is we also values in both cultural fit, is we also do sort of a personality assessment. So once the candidate has gone through the demo and the interview session, we send them out a link to fill out a personality assessment. And then we also look at the results of that to make sure that they're a good fit. And also, once they've been through the process and we're fairly confident that we'd like to bring them on the team, there are always, of course, a couple of different questions that are still lingering. And so we make sure to do reference checks. And this is something that I found different in this organization from the other places that I worked at before. Instead of sending an email and just saying, can you please tell us about these 3 things about this candidate, our focus is typically on actually calling up the referees and talking to them and having a conversation with them. And what that really helps us, we feel, get to the next level of the motivations and the values of the candidate.
So once we have all that done, people who are, as Ali talked about, talking with their references and their experience and their culture fit, we make them a verbal offer and then, formalize it through an email later on. In my experience, I think one thing that the non-profits should be really careful about when they are hiring is to see basically, the skill set is there, but I think more important is also whether that person that you are bringing on the team has the values that you have as an organization, and they are determined by the impact that you are creating, because it's very different when you are working in this kind of environment, and it's really important to bring on the people that will be motivated by the impact that you are creating, and sort of willing and passionate to make the sacrifices in order to achieve that impact.